Good evening, skating fans. So the 2025 World Figure Skating Championships in Boston ended with one of the most incredible and emotional nights in skating history. I've been eagerly waiting for this moment, and as I said in my last video, figure skating always brings surprises and great expectations. And this women's event delivered beyond anything I could have imagined. The excitement, the comebacks, the drama, it was all there. And what happened tonight will be talked about for years to come. But let's begin by talking about Alisa Liu's gold-winning performance. That is the biggest story of the night. Alisa Liu, you'll never ever forget that name after this. I still can't believe what we just witnessed. After 2 years away from competition, she didn't just return to skating. She returned and won the world title. This wasn't supposed to happen. Even she admitted that this season was just a test run, a way to see if she could still compete at a high level. And yet, in front of a home crowd, under all that pressure, she delivered the performance of her life. She skated to the song Promise, and honestly, it felt like fate. There was something so poetic about the way she moved, the way she interpreted the music. It was like she was telling the story of her journey back to skating. She opened with a textbook, perfect triple flip, triple toe loop combination. Ooh, for a layman, that's like a tongue twister. Followed by a smooth double axel and a powerful, fully rotated triple lutz. Every jump was right there. No hesitation, no doubt. Her spins were fast and centered, and her footwork, my God, her footwork, it was delicate but sharp, emotional but controlled. And then, the moment she finished, absolute pandemonium in TD Garden in Boston. The entire crowd was on their feet. Before the final note of her music even finished playing, you could see the emotion all over her face as she took in the reaction. This was her moment, and it was happening on home soil, to say the least. Imagine that. She couldn't have asked for a more perfect scenario. Then there's Kaori Sakamoto, who took silver. If there's one skater you can always count on to bring energy and power, it's Kaori Sakamoto. The 3-time world champion came into this event as the favorite, of course. And honestly, she was so close to winning a 4th title. But Kaori thrives under pressure, and she delivered another electrifying performance. She opened with a strong double axel and then nailed a gorgeous triple lutz and triple salchow. Her program set to a Lauryn Hill medley was full of life and personality, just like her. She's amazing on ice. Kaori's skating is so dynamic. It's got this mix of strength and artistry and energy. She's just so magnetic to watch. Her step sequence had the entire arena clapping along, and when she hit her final pose, you could feel how much power, how much love she put into it. The scores were close, but in the end, she settled for silver. And let me tell you, she earned every bit of that ovation. Then there's Mone Chiba, who won bronze, another lady from Japan. Mone was another highlight of the night. She's one of the most elegant skaters in the world right now, and she proved why by delivering a near-perfect free skate to win the bronze medal. She started with a beautiful triple lutz, triple toe loop combination, her technique as solid as ever. Her jumps looked effortless, and her skating had this quiet confidence that just drew you in. Every movement was polished and every detail was very considered. She truly floated across the ice. I've never seen a skater do this in a while. Mone has this ability to make even the hardest elements look graceful, and that's exactly what she did tonight. The crowd loved her, and when she realized she had clinched a world medal, her reaction was just absolute pure joy. And there's also strong finishes for Team USA. Beyond Alisa's gold, the US women had an incredible night. Isabeau Levito, last year's silver medalist, finished just off the podium in 4th place, delivering a stunningly artistic skate. Her jumps were solid, her spins were as beautiful as ever, and she showed once again why she's one of the most elegant skaters in the world. And then Amber Glenn, the 2-time US champion, the only woman in the world who has the triple axel, one of the most difficult jumps in her program. She had a bit of a rough start in the short program, but she fought back hard. She landed a huge triple axel in this long program and one of the hardest jumps in women's skating, as I mentioned, and recovered beautifully to finish in 5th place. Seeing 3 Americans in the top 5, that's something we haven't seen in a long time. And it just goes to show how strong US women's skating is right now. This is really a night to remember in Boston. Let's talk about the crowd because TD Garden was electric tonight. I really wish I was there in person, but virtual stands this year was good enough. This wasn't just about American skaters. The fans cheered for everyone. Every single one of the 24 finalists got a warm reception, and you could feel the love for the sport in that arena. And to make the night even more special, some of the greatest legends in figure skating history were there. They were in the audience. Former Olympic gold medalist Brian Boitano, Scott Hamilton, Peggy Fleming, Christy Yamaguchi, and even Tenley Albright, the 1956 Olympic champion, was there. They were there to witness this historic night. And seeing them in the stands watching the next generation take center stage, it gave the whole event an extra layer of significance. Kaori's beautiful sportsmanship, though, was one of the moments that really moved me. Her reaction after Alisa's win, she didn't look disappointed, she looked genuinely happy for her. And that's who Kaori really is. She went straight over, gave Alisa the biggest hug and told her how proud she was. And that right there is why I love this sport. It's competitive to say the least, but at the end of the day, they respect each other so much. That moment of pure sportsmanship was just as special as the performances themselves. And there's an air of lightness even among fierce competitors, unlike figure skating like 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I just wanted to mention Alisa's emotional interview after her when she said,
no words. I never thought I would do such a good program. This was the best run through I've ever done out of practice.
the season was just supposed to be a test run and now this happened. So you could see how much this meant to her, how much she had just had to overcome just to be here. It wasn't just about the medal, it was about proving to herself that she could still do this. And looking ahead to the 26 Winter Olympics, with Alisa's gold medal and Isabeau and Amber finishing in the top 5, the US women have officially qualified for 3 spots at the 26 Winter Olympics in Milan next year. So this is a huge deal. It's been a long road to get back here, but tonight proved that American women's figure skating is once again a powerhouse on the world stage. Now, the big question. I know it's less than a year away, but who will be on that Olympic team? Alisa's performance tonight makes her an obvious contender, and I'm sure she will continue to compete and compete well. But remember, just a few months ago, she didn't even see herself back in the sport. And now that she's staying for another season, I'm sure she will do whatever it takes to get second Olympic berth. And then Isabeau Levito, will she have her Olympic moment finally? And will Amber bring the triple axel to Milan and vie for a medal? And what about the rising stars we haven't even talked about? Boy, this year is not over, it's just a beginning. And tonight we saw what's possible. We saw that the US women can compete with the best in the world again. And with the Olympics less than a year away, this was a perfect way to set the stage for what's to come. And let me just talk about the power of skating, because tonight was a reminder of why I love this sport so much. Figure skating, like all great sports, and I've covered a few of them on my channel, track and field, gymnastics. It's not just about talent or technique, it's about stories. It's about people who push past doubt, take risks, and achieve things they never thought possible. Alisa Liu's win wasn't just about the gold medal. It's about resilience, passion, and proving that with determination, anything is possible. Skating gives us these moments where ordinary people do extraordinary things because they dared to dream. They dared to be curious. And with passion, grit, and a little bit of magic, they became superhuman. So while we celebrate this historic night in Boston, we're also looking forward, because if this season taught us anything, is that figure skating always has surprises in store. And I, for one, cannot wait to see what happens next. What a night. I'm exhausted just talking about it. But thank you for watching. And don't forget to watch other videos related to this year's World Championships. Peace and blessings to you.